Another Nazi target hit, another blow for freedom and justice. Since October 16, 1940, millions of American men have joined the armed forces to defend our country and our democratic way of life. They are men from all walks of life: salesmen, white-collar workers, trained factory workers, skilled mechanics. These trained men have been in great demand by the armed forces. As a result, vast inroads have been made on male personnel available for the production of essential war materials. Such production must be kept at its peak. It is the foundation on which the Allies must build the offense which will bring us victory. Here in this modern supercharger plant, the manpower shortage is being solved by training women to do almost the entire job. Waitresses, sales girls, housewives, all have willingly taken their places in national defense. But can these women satisfy America's critical need for skilled labor in industry? Are they fulfilling the demands of wartime production? Well, let's find out. Although large numbers of women apply for work each day, all applicants are given personal interviews. Aptitude, physical condition, and experience are all taken into consideration. Girls with some machine shop training are given preference, but those without any factory experience are being employed by the hundreds. They are of all ages and all types. Many are single, and many have husbands in the service. Before starting the new job, time is spent in the lecture room, hearing safety and conduct rules and looking at educational motion pictures which help to introduce these novice workers into the spirit and feeling of wartime production work. Each girl is outfitted with a coverall uniform, wiping cloths, a cap, hairnet, safety goggles, and towels. These are provided free of cost, and the laundry is done without charge. Outfitted for their training programs, these girls are now ready to tackle the work of producing weapons and equipment essential to our armed forces. Don't forget, most of them have never seen the inside of a manufacturing plant. Here one girl is teaching another how to operate a Jones and Lamson turret lathe. This is one of the most interesting discoveries made in training women. They actually learn better from other girls already trained rather than from men instructors. Surprising? Not at all when you think of it. So far, the machine shop has been a man's world. At first, the new girl is a little frightened, but when she sees another girl get her hands dirty, sees her actually doing the job easily and efficiently, she learns faster and with greater self-confidence. Ladies help in the training and supervision of women employees. They are chosen for their ability and leadership and are a vitally important cog in the instruction and production program. Where operators learn but one or two machines, ladies must be able to set up and handle at least 5 different machines or operations. They must sharpen and set up tools, make test operations, and keep machines operating at top efficiency for less experienced workers. Production starts with incoming materials. Here in the raw stock receiving room, under the inspiration of the American flag, women check over incoming material and die mark stock for identification. Men do the heavy lifting, but all stenciling, light stacking, and record keeping is done by women. Girls perform the first preliminary inspection of raw stock, marking possible flaws. This operation catches many pieces of inferior material that might otherwise go on through to machining. Women make exceptionally efficient laboratory technicians. In this laboratory, they operate sensitive equipment, work with chemicals, do machining of parts. Often they must maintain accuracies as close as 1/10,000th of an inch. When you make a piece of equipment as important and as intricate as a turbo supercharger, you've got to be sure every bit of material you use is up to standard. You've got to be sure the workmanship is up to standard too. The lives of our airmen depend on it. Other girls operate all types of machines. The girl you see here is making a bar breaking test. Pieces chosen at random from every lot of raw stock received are tested in every conceivable way. The work is followed through the shop, and further tests are made at every step. Not a single flaw nor a single piece of inferior material or workmanship is permitted to get through to a finished unit. This is technical work, highly exacting, But the technician in charge of this laboratory states that these women are as good and even better than many men he has employed. What kind of technical training is required of these laboratory workers? No previous training. Not one of these girls has ever been inside a laboratory before she came here. Only a few had ever worked on machinery. Machining. That's the big worry of plant managers today. Let's take a look at the machining jobs these girls are doing. Let's start with this big Natco multiple drill. Emily had the advantage of about a year's experience operating a punch press in another plant before taking this job. It took her only a few days to learn how to operate this Natco. Although this is a big, tough machine, just watch the way Emily, the operator, handles it. Puts it through its paces, lifting the part to be drilled, turning heavy wheels, moving along with the work. That's just the physical part of this job. It takes a lot of skill, too. Note that she has two different sets of drills, a rather complicated and difficult set of operations. This work gives you a good idea of what a girl can do. It is estimated that before the end of 1943, industry will hire and train more than 5 million additional women for production jobs like this.